Hi everybody, welcome to another video. I was fortunate enough this weekend to go on a little bit of a Christmas shopping spree, and we have a rather nice toy shop here in the UK which seems to sell a lot of what we call factory stock or ex-shop stock, and I was lucky enough to get an original Sandtrooper from the Orange series, the first series of the 6-inch black series, and these things are pretty rare. Some people are asking 40 to 60 pounds for these, which is a bit crazy really, but it is a bloody nice figure, I must admit. I couldn't resist it, as this well, it wasn't that much, it was only about £10, which is incredible. But anyway, what I'm going to do here is do a little comparison, because I have a rather nice little chappy here, and he is a Chinese knockoff. So we have the genuine article versus the bootleg version, basically. So I'm just going to do a little comparison and try and weigh up the pros and cons and the yays and nays and the do's and don'ts. So I'm going to unbox this little baby here. I'm not going to bore you with that. I'll just pause it and we'll come back when they're both standing next to each other. Okay, first impressions. Yeah, this is the genuine article, obviously. I'll tell you one reason you can always tell that. If you ever buy one off eBay, in some vain attempt to get around the copywriting laws, when you buy a one from China, it says Star Wals, W-A-L-S. Don't ask me why, but that's obviously how they stop themselves from getting their asses sued. But anyway, yeah, this is rather nice, because this is, I think these were released in 2013, I think. But anyway, enough of my yakking. Let's get this this baby out of the packaging. Okay, so there you go. One thing that immediately hits me is that the weathering, the paint job on the genuine article is a little bit more extensive, a little bit more thorough. Although saying that, the Chinese knockoff is not that bad, actually. It's not that bad. Now, if you can see there on the E11 blaster, there's no detailing really on it, whereas on the Chinese knockoff they got far more detail on there, which is nice. So there's not much between them really, to be honest with you. I'll just check the yeah, it's got the old torso and head ball and socket rotation, and I'll just check if it's the same on the Chinese knockoff. Bear with me a second. And yeah, it's pretty much the same. A lot of people have been asking before about how is the articulation. Well, I do. This isn't the first genuine Sandtrooper I've owned. I can say with my hand on my heart that the articulation and the quality is kind of the same, really. One thing I would say, if I just get this, he's got a bit of a bendy leg. He's obviously been on that factory floor for too long. Whoa, come on, baby, stand up. Hang on a minute. He's not gonna stand up for me. I'm just gonna have to rest him up against the back there. Yeah, at ease, trooper. Right. Okay. One thing I would say though is, and I've had a little look at these beforehand. Okay, so here's the heavy, or the heavy cannon, whatever you call that. That's the genuine article belonging to this gentleman here. This is the Droopy McCool. That's the Chinese knockoff version. I think the main thing you suffer from when you buy a Chinese knockoff is the weapons. I don't know whether they haven't given them enough drying time or whatever, but they do seem to be a little bit droopy. And the same, there you can see, genuine article, and then we have a bit of a woo, a bit of a bendy baby there. So I think really the only downside to buying a Chinese knockoff is the accessories. They seem to suffer a little bit of the sort of drooping, but all in all, paint job is strangely similar. Obviously I prefer the original. The weathering is, again, strangely similar, and the backpack is nice and snug on the Chinese knockoff. I'll just compare so there's the knockoff backpack, and there's the genuine article. It's pretty much not much between them, really. And when you consider that people are charging, £50 for the genuine article, and you can get this one for about 11 quid. So anyway, I hope that was useful. Just a little Sunday night review there. Take care, may the force be with you, and I'll see you soon, and have a lovely Christmas if I don't see you before, and may the force be with you.